In the dead of night, a shadow moves through Bursa's streets. A single drop of blood falls from a rusted wire, a clue to a chilling mystery. A faceless mask hides the truth. But whose truth? Stick around, because what's coming will grip you to the end. Bursa lay silent under the cold, damp veil of a March night. The sky was smothered in gray clouds, hiding even the faintest glow of the moon. Streetlights flickered weakly, casting long, trembling shadows on the wet pavement. A woman stepped off a bus after a grueling shift. Exhaustion carved shadows beneath her eyes, her breath painting white clouds in the frigid air. Her boots echoed through the empty streets, a lonely rhythm in the stillness. She entered a narrow alley where the air grew heavier. Old buildings towered with cracked walls and rusted shutters, trash littering the ground like forgotten secrets. A streetlight flickered, and a shadow danced briefly on the wall, gone as quickly as it appeared. At a rusted storefront, her pale reflection stared back from the glass. For a moment, something loomed behind her, a faint shape in the dark. She turned, but the alley was empty, swallowed by the night. At the street's heart stood an old van, its white paint chipped, its windows clouded with fog. Did something stir inside? The wind howled, toppling a trash can, its lid crashing against the silence. She flinched, her steps quickening as the corner loomed ahead. A flickering lamp barely lit her path, the distant apartment a faint hope in the gloom. Her boots pounded faster, leaving wet streaks on the pavement, as if the darkness itself chased her. She reached the apartment door, her hands trembling as the key struggled in the lock. The cold metal slipped in her grasp, but the door finally gave way. Then, a shadow rose behind her, dark, faceless, silent. A hand clamped over her mouth, her bag fell, spilling its contents across the concrete. Lipstick rolled, keys clinked, and she vanished into the dark. The street lay still once more as if nothing had happened. 2 days later, dawn broke over a quiet mosque courtyard. Beneath a gray sky, a woman lay on the stone slab, wrapped in a keffin. Her left foot was gone, the body pale and cold. A cypress tree swayed in the wind, its shadows stretching over her like dark fingers. An elderly man approached for prayer and stopped, his breath stolen by the sight. Fear carved itself into his face as the stillness pressed down. If you're hooked so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. There's more to unravel. Her face bore a white mask, smooth, featureless. A void where expression should have been. A small bloodstain marked the slab's edge, fresh yet still. The elderly man's hands shook as he pulled out an old phone, his body slumping against the tree. He called for help, his voice lost to the wind. The courtyard held its breath, a secret etched in its stones. Sirens pierced the morning as police flooded the courtyard. A woman in a long coat stepped forward, her gaze fixed on the slab. The severed foot was impossibly clean, a machine's work. The team searched, and on the concrete, a rusted metal wire gleamed faintly. Held by tweezers, it stood out, a clue, perhaps the killer's first slip. In a dim police station, the woman pored over reports. A surgical saw, traces of industrial oil, the metal wire whispered clues. Was the killer a doctor, a mechanic? She set her coffee down, steam rising as she stared out at Bursa's gray skyline. Answers lay beyond, hidden in the city's dark streets. If this mystery gripped you, smash that like button and subscribe. We've got more stories coming your way.